Mochi, the heart of our home. You first saw her on a humid July afternoon in Pasig. Huddled under a mango tree outside your building. Just a tiny ball of gray and white fur, her ears flattened against the sound of passing jeepneys. You'd been walking home from the market with a bag of ripe mangoes and adobo ingredients when you spotted her. And something in the way she looked up at you, her eyes big and golden like honey, made you stop dead in your tracks. "Hey, little one," you'd whispered, crouching down slowly so you wouldn't scare her. She didn't run. Instead, she took a shaky step forward and bumped her nose against your outstretched finger. That was it. You carried her home in your arms, her warm body tucked against your chest, and named her Mochi, after the soft, sweet rice cakes you loved, because she felt just as gentle in your hands. The first few weeks were a blur of vet visits, tiny food bowls, and figuring out Mochi's quirks. She hated the sound of rain on the roof, would dart under your bed and refuse to come out until the last drop had stopped.
Okay.
But she loved mornings. As soon as the sun peeked through your window, she'd jump onto your chest and purr so loud it felt like a little motor was running against your skin. She'd tap your face with her paw until you woke up, then lead you to her bowl with little meows, as if to say, "I've been patient all night, now feed me." You quickly learned that Mochi had her own way of saying, "I love you." She'd leave little gifts, a crumpled piece of paper, a fallen leaf she dragged inside, on your pillow. She'd curl up on your lap when you were working at your desk, her tail swishing gently as you typed, as if keeping you company. And when you'd come home tired after a long day, she'd greet you at the door, rubbing against your legs and making a sound that was somewhere between a purr and a chirp. One day, you came home to find her sitting on your windowsill, staring at a gecko that had climbed up the glass. Instead of chasing it like you'd expect, she just watched, her head tilting side to side in curiosity. When the gecko scurried away, she turned to you and let out a soft meow, as if to tell you all about the visitor she'd just met. You laughed and picked her up, pressing a kiss to her forehead. "You're the strangest, sweetest cat in all of Manila," you'd said. She purred in agreement. The hardest time came that November, when Mochi got sick. She stopped eating, lay curled up in her bed all day, and her usually bright eyes looked dull and tired. You took her to the vet right away, your hands shaking as you held her in a carrier on the way there. The vet said she had an infection and would need medicine twice a day for weeks. For the next month, you made sure everything was perfect for her. You woke up extra early to give her her first dose of medicine. You made her special food, warming it up just right because she liked it that way. You'd sit with her for hours, stroking her fur and talking to her about everything and nothing, about your work, about the new cafe you'd found, about how much you missed the way she'd play with her favorite crumpled ball of paper. One night, you were sitting on the floor next to her bed, tears in your eyes, when she lifted her head and licked your hand. It was a small gesture, but it felt like a promise. "I'm not going anywhere." A week later, she finally ate a full bowl of food. A few days after that, she jumped onto the windowsill again, watching for geckos. You cried again that day, but this time, they were tears of relief. Now, Mochi is part of every single part of your life.
Woo!
She knows exactly when you're feeling down. She'll climb onto your lap and rest her head on your shoulder, as if she's trying to take your worries away. She loves to sit on the balcony with you in the evening, when the air cools down and you can hear the sound of kids playing in the street below. She'll watch the cars pass by, her tail twitching, and sometimes she'll even chirp at the stray dogs that walk by, like she's saying, "This is our home, we're happy here." Last month, you moved to a new apartment a few blocks away. You were worried Mochi would be scared of the new space, but as soon as you opened her carrier, she walked around every room, sniffing at corners and rubbing her face against the furniture to mark it as hers. By nightfall, she'd made herself comfortable on your new couch, curled up in a patch of moonlight. That night, you sat next to her, running your fingers through her soft fur. "You know, Mochi," you said quietly, "I thought Happyland was a place we'd make up in stories, but it's right here, with you. You make every day feel like a little bit of a carnival, even when things are quiet. You're my best friend." She lifted her head, blinked slowly at you, the cat way of smiling, and curled up even closer. And as you sat there in the quiet of your new home, with Mochi purring at your side, you knew she'd heard every word.
ご覧いただき、ありがとうございます。